There's a saying about begin with the end in mind. And one of the things that can be super helpful for people is to have an idea of what does the average person have in savings when they retire? What does the average 60-year-old have in retirement savings? Where am I now and what do I have to do to get there? Or how do I compare if you're already there? So let's go for a walk and talk about it. I've got this beautiful mountain stream behind me. You can see a little bit of snow on the ground in early fall here in the ski town in Utah where I'm at. So let's go for a walk. And one of the things to look at, but it's not complete. So stick with me because I'm going to fill in the holes in this as we talk. But one of the places to start is, you know, what do people's 401k balances look like? And so let's go there. There's multiple studies. Today I'm going to use Vanguard's study. And I'm going to share with you different age groups in case you have adult children or other people you want to share this with. But for the 401k balance, the average 401k balance is below 25 years old is $5,200. From 25 to 34, it gets to $30,000. From 35 to 44, that average balance goes just under $80,000. From 45 to 54, that number goes to $143,000. Now here's where we're at for people getting close to retirement. 55 to 64, the average 401k balance is $208,000. And then 65 and older, the average 401k balance is just under $250,000, $232,000. So that's getting to be a nice balance in the 401k, and you know, but this has a couple holes in it. I'm gonna fill in these holes. Some of the important holes is, you know, your 401k is not all of your retirement savings, right? For many of us, our home is our most valuable asset. Many people have multiple 401ks or multiple IRAs. So how do we bridge that gap? How do we, as I stand on a bridge here, how do we bridge that gap? And the Federal Reserve just released the newest survey of consumer finance report that talks about the overall picture, the net worth of folks in the United States. And they update this report every 3 years. So until a couple weeks ago, the most up-to-date information was as of 2019, which was just before the pandemic, right? And as we all know, the pandemic changed things for a lot of us. And so this report, it's kind of like Christmas for me, as you saw the snow in the background. And actually, I've got some Christmas lights behind me here. I don't know if you can see those, but Christmas lights are up already here. But it's Christmas for me because I can see where the United States is at now. So if you look at the Survey Consumer Finance Report, which is put out by the government, the Federal Reserve puts this out. And this is for the calendar year 2022. The results were just released in fall of 2023, but the data is from 2022. In here, I want to back up. This data gives me both averages and median. And I want to share why median is so important. Imagine you're in a family and you have 3 siblings. And just for easy math for me, you and each of your siblings all make $50,000 a year. Well, the average is $50,000, and the median is, you know, half of the kids are making more, half of the kids are making less. Well, the median's the same. In fact, to illustrate this, let's say one of your siblings makes $40,000, another sibling makes $50,000, or let's say $40,000, you make $50,000, and another sibling makes $60,000. Well, the median is half. So you're the half, right at the halfway point, right? $50,000. So that's the average. But here's what happens, right? So you've got 4 siblings, but I've only talked about 3 children. So let's go back to that $50,000 each, $50,000 each. But now your sister, who makes a lot of money, shows up, and your sister makes $850,000. Well, the median is still $50,000, right? Half make more, half make less. But the average jumps up to $250,000. The total is $1 million divided by 4, $250,000. So the difference between the median and the average is really important. And the Federal Reserve gives us this data by median. So I really like this. So for people under 35 years old, the median is $40,000. Median net worth for people under 35. 35 to 44, that number jumps to $135,000. 45 to 54, just under $250,000. Now we're getting into the sweet spot, what we're all here for. 55 to 64, the median is $364,000. And 65 to 74, it goes up a little bit more. The median there is $410,000. And then above 75, you know, people start spending their money and it drops down. So 55 to 64, $364,000, and 65 to 74, $410,000. So you can, and I want to show you how much the averages can be skewed. This same data, I won't go through it all, but 55 to 64, remember the median is 364,000, but the average is 1.5 million. And 65 to 74, it's $410,000, but the average is $1.8 million. So you can see that can be a big difference, right? And so I want you to be aware of this difference because it's really, really important. So, you know, so what do you do? Well, you know, how is this information helpful? I think it helps several ways. One, it's just good to benchmark, right? To see where you're at. When I was 22 years old, I had my first financial plan done. And I really suggest that you work with a fee-only financial advisor. And one of the most helpful things for me is that financial planner. His name is David Jenks from Memphis, Tennessee. He was fairly old when he worked with me 30 plus years ago. So he's probably no longer with us, but I do want to give a shout out to him because that study guided me for a good decade until I had it updated. And I like to update my plan every couple of years. I think you should do that as well so that you know where you're at on plan. So if you know where the end point is, and you know, unfortunately, the average person, the median person, needs to be saving more than that. You know, it's not enough to have, I don't think. Well, it can be. There's different YouTube channels where folks talk about retiring on under $500,000. But I think most of us would, if we can, if it's possible, like to save more than $500,000. And if you want to know how much do you need to save to retire, I've got a video here. It's called Fidelity's Rule of 45%. How much do I need to retire? So watch this video here. I'll see you in there, and thanks for watching this video. Bye-bye.